And yeah, I'll just start your reading right now for Leo. So the first card you have for your past is the Ten of Cups. Beautiful, beautiful card, beautiful. Okay, so yeah, obviously this is about happy families, love, coming together, bright futures, all of that kind of thing. I'm actually seeing a lot of strength in this card. I'm seeing a strong unit. I'm seeing people sort of blending in together. I see that quite a lot when I see rainbows. So, you know, it can be about, sometimes it can be about different kinds of people sort of blending in, inclusion, all of that kind of thing. So I think this is about a love connection, obviously. And I think there were some differences between you, but I think these were differences that there weren't differences from the inside, there were differences from the outside. I think some people were observing this, or observing you, or observing this relationship, and I think there might have been some people who looked a little bit sideways at this relationship. Maybe there were differences in your background, it was something like that, or maybe, some kind of silly thing. Because to me, they are silly. These differences are nothing, they're meaningless. If you love someone, regardless of, their race, gender, or whatever else, age, anything, the heart doesn't understand any of those things. And I think you blended really, really well together. It was like you really blended and you really fitted in really well together, no matter what anyone outside of that thought. And, you still do, I think. But I think something or someone, probably someone, might have divided you, or maybe they came between you for some reason, probably because of this thing that they were observing. I'm not seeing a deep divide. It might be that... it might be that you're actually separated at this time. You might be taking some time away from each other. I don't think this is going to last, though, this separation. I'm also seeing blended families or something like that. There's a little bit of tension around families and things like that. But I think all of this can be worked out or worked around. There's some kind of need for patience to get this to work, but I think it could definitely work. I don't think there's a big problem here. Whatever problems there are, I think they can be worked through, and I don't think this separation is going to last for very long. That's what I'm seeing in that card. So the next card you have your past is the Six of Cups. So yeah, again, I'm seeing family around this, which is what I see in this card all the time. I'm seeing two very different kinds of families, and I think they were trying to get along. I'm not seeing any huge falling outs or anything like that, but just a little bit of tension, just a bit of tension. I don't know if there was some family disapproval, maybe. I think there might have been, but I don't think it was everyone that disapproved. I'm actually seeing one person who wasn't very happy with this relationship, but I don't think it kind of went past them. Because if you look at this card and you look at that plinth on this card, there's like a stone plinth and it has a cross on it. So obviously a cross can mean wrong or no, and plinths holding things up, they support things, like this one supporting this cup of flowers. So what I'm seeing is no to support. So someone was saying no to supporting this relationship. That's what I'm seeing. And also, if you look at this card again, you might not be able to see it because it's very, very tiny. On the left-hand side, there's a man walking away from this scene as well. So someone didn't approve and maybe they walked away. This card can be about reunions as well. So again, this is showing me that, this division between you is not going to last, whether you're together right now or not. And I'm seeing that you're probably not. You'll definitely connect again, connect. I can't say the word connect. You'll connect again. And this is a really, really sweet, very, very beautiful connection. This is it's a lot more than passion. It's a really sweet, caring connection. So that's really, really beautiful to see. Yeah, so the last card you have for your past is the devil. Yes, the horrible, old, ugly devil. Horrible contrast to everything else as well. I'm actually seeing a loss in this card, and it's like, it's kind of the loss of a person, I think. I'm not seeing someone passing over. It's not a death or anything like that. It's not that extreme. This is someone you're close to, or you were close to them, and they changed, because I'm seeing someone changing over time, and this is because of another influence on their life, some other person, a negative influence. And this is probably a relationship, because if you look at this devil's legs, they're forming the shape of a heart. So I think this person's gotten themselves into this relationship that's not good for them. That's what I'm seeing. And if you look at the couple on this card as well, they've grown horns like this devil. So I think this person changed to be more like this negative person that they're with over time, just like these people have changed to kind of resemble this devil. They've started to look a bit like him. So I think whoever this is also a little bit isolated, partly because of this devil person, but also I think because, they're doing this to themselves as well, because I think some other people around them might have told them, to kind of get away from this person, or don't do this, or don't be influenced by them. And I think they just rejected all of that and they isolated themselves from those people. That's what I'm seeing. I think eventually they'll get away from this person, but I actually think things are going to get a little bit worse for them before they get better, sadly. And this sounds a bit harsh, I know, but I think this is something they have to go through. They have to learn from this, and they will learn from this. They'll learn a lot from this. I think they'll learn more from going through this by themselves than they would have, if they had have listened to anyone. That's what I'm seeing. I know it's a harsh lesson, but, there's really nothing anyone can do about this. I mean, I know that sounds really defeatist, but, it's not, because really the universe is taking control of this. The universe likes to teach us lessons, and I think that's what's happening in this case. They're being taught a lesson, a very hard lesson. Okay, so the first card you have your present is the Eight of Pentacles. So, yeah, I just think at this time you're trying to get on with your life. You're trying to just throw yourself into your work, keeping busy, all of that. I think you are missing this person in the Ten of Cups, because there is that separation there. This card's obviously about hard work. It can also be about repetition. Thinking about the same thing or the same person over and over and over again. I don't think you're like super obsessive or anything like that over them, because the main feeling I'm getting around this relationship is gentleness and kindness, and that's what I see when I'm seeing this relationship, especially in the Ten of Cups and the Six of Cups. So there's no crazy obsessiveness or anything like that, but you are thinking about them. I'm also seeing, I don't know if you're feeling a kind of a lack of enthusiasm around your work. Maybe it's, become a bit monotonous for you or something, or you might be feeling as if you're facing the same kind of thing every single day, day after day, or something like that. If you look at this man's apron, it's tied together at the back, and the ties to me look a little bit like butterflies. So there might have been this feeling of wanting to be set free. Butterflies obviously represent freedom. So this man's doing his work, and kind of what I'm seeing is that he'd like to be set free from it. So you're probably already doing this, but excuse me, but have a think about other options. Look at what else is out there, and kind of even more importantly than that, think about what you love and what motivates you, and what you'd really love to do. What you love, what inspires you. It's one thing to go and look for another job, but if you're still stuck doing the same thing, after a while you'll just feel the same again if you're not doing something you love. So, think about what you can do to work towards something new and something that you truly love to do. Really think about that very carefully if this is resonating with you. So the next card you have your present is the Ace of Pentacles. Fantastic. I love this card, obviously. So, yeah, this is about a gift. This is a gift. This is a beautiful, beautiful gift. Now, it probably doesn't feel like a gift right now because at the moment you're sort of stuck in this position of repetition in your job or whatever, doing the same thing over and over again. You might not be all that interested in what you're doing. This is going to sound really strange, but that's what the gift is. I know it seems like the opposite. You might be thinking, how is that a gift? Me doing the same thing over and over again and doing boring things. That's not a gift. It is a gift. Because your gift is coming to the realization that you're not where you want to be. That's the gift. And I think the combination of that and the fact that you're thinking about this person and wanting to get close to them again, those two things, that's what's going to push you towards accepting this beautiful gift. I think there's something you truly want to do, something you might have been afraid of pursuing maybe. And, if this is all resonating with you, that thing that you're afraid of is exactly what you should be doing. So think of the thing you'd love to do that you can imagine yourself doing, but you're kind of afraid of doing. That's the thing you should be doing. So try to work toward doing that. Take a step at a time. It's not going to happen quickly. It's going to be quite slow, actually. But most things that are worth having don't happen quickly. So it's going to be well worth it, I think. And, as you keep taking these steps toward what you want, I think this is the beauty of the Ace of Pentacles. This is the gift. Excuse me. I think as you kind of go down that path toward what you want and take that scary step, I think it's going to be a bit scary. You'll see a lot of help. I think, ideas, people, all kinds of things, maybe even financial. Sorry, my throat's really... I was just about to cough and I didn't quite do it, and now it's really funny in my throat. Sorry about that. So as you go down this really difficult path, this scary path, but it's a big one for you, an important one for you, the gift of the Ace of Pentacles is that a lot of things are kind of going to start appearing in front of you. So open your eyes and watch out for those things. This is a gift turning into a lot of other gifts. So it's like you'll see ideas, people that want to help you, things come up in front of you, and accept all of those things as you go along. They're there for you. They're things for you as you go on this journey. And if you haven't already, start now. Start looking into this now. Work makes work. The more you do, the more opportunities are going to start to show up in front of you. That's what I'm seeing. And this is the big thing. When these things come up in front of you, accept them. Accept the gift. The Ace of Pentacles is a gift. It's your gift. Accept it. It's for you. That's what I'm seeing in that card. So the last card you have, your present, is the Eight of Cups. Yes. Okay, so it's not that bad. This is what I'm seeing here. I know this is the card of leaving, moving on, all of that. But I think you're going to reunite. I think you're going to connect again with this person you're thinking about in the Ten of Cups. And I was seeing that reunion in the Six of Cups, and I'm seeing that again here. I'm actually seeing this man walking away, and then he walks around this hill and he comes back around again in a full circle. That's what I'm seeing. And also the emotion from them is going to flow back to you, because the water on this card's actually flowing back toward you. I'm also seeing a need for patience here, though. I think for now you should probably keep on concentrating on your work, concentrate on getting where you are, getting to where you want to be, and then I think this situation will sort of fall back into place for you. I think, usually at times when you're concentrating on everything else but the person, that's when they come back, and I think that's what's going to happen to you at this time, or sometime, when the time's right. So the first card you have, your future, is Judgment. So I wouldn't contact them. If you're thinking of contacting them this time, I wouldn't do that, because I think they're going to be going through quite a lot of things. They're going to be going through a time of introspection. They're going to be thinking about themselves, thinking about a lot of things, where they're going. I think they have a lot to sort out in their head. I'm actually seeing a little bit of guilt actually over something. I don't think this is to do with you. I think it might be about something that happened in the past actually. And I think this is something they have to work through, and they're going to have to work through this on their own. I don't think they'd be ready to connect with you until all that happens, till they're through all of that. It has to happen on their own time. That's what I'm seeing. But I'm definitely seeing you connecting again at some time. Definitely, it's all over this reading. I'm not just saying that, I'm seeing that everywhere. So the next card you have for your future is the Knight of Cups. Yeah, when you start connecting again, I think this will happen a bit slowly, and the process isn't going to be linear. There are going to be a few ups and downs. But when this happens, if this is what you want as well, because it might not be what you want by this time, but if you do want this connection back, if you do want this connection again, don't be disheartened by them being a little bit backwards and forwards, because I think this is what they're going to be a bit like. They'll probably still be going through a lot. So, if they are a bit like this with you, just remember it won't be about you. I mean, obviously, if you're not together, you're going to have some things that you have to work through because you're not together for some kind of reason. So you're going to have to work through that. But I think the main problem won't be about you. It's going to be about, everything else that's on their mind. That's what I'm seeing. So just remember that. Don't take that to heart if that's what's happening. The last card you have in your future is the Nine of Cups. So yeah, again, this is showing me that when you do connect again, I think it'll probably feel like the right time for you emotionally, but it might not be exactly the right time for them. You're going to be a little bit ahead of them in that aspect. So, they will eventually work through these things though, but try not to offer your help to them. Try not to say, oh, tell me all about this, I'll help you. What's wrong? Try not to do all of that, because I don't think they're going to want your help. Don't be offended by that. I just think, they're quite independent, and I'm also getting the feeling that they want you to see them at their best. So it's like they want to sort things out by themselves. And then when that's all sorted out, that then they're going to want to come close to you after that, if that makes sense to you. So yeah, like if you look at the man on this card, he's kind of hiding things behind this curtain. And they're not going to be hiding things from you, but it's like, they're just not going to want to show you their worst. And it isn't their worst, that's just how they're thinking. They just don't want to show kind of the worst bits to you. So, that might be something you'll just have to keep in mind. They're a bit private as well. They're a bit proud. So just keep in mind that they're not going to want you to say, oh, let me help you, tell me all about it. They have this little bit that they just want to keep to themselves. And then when they're ready, they'll come back to you. Sorry about my throat. I'm sorry about that. So I'll finish there. So Leo, I hope this resonated with you. But general readings can't always resonate with everyone, as you know. But again, if you like this reading, please like, subscribe, leave a comment if you'd like to. And thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry about my throat.